Hello everybody, I'm Ripley. Today I'll be showing you how to beat the Scarecrow, a new boss included with the Fatal Falls DLC pack for Dead Cells. The Scarecrow is in the Mausoleum, which can only be accessed via the Undying Shores or the Cavern, even on higher difficulties. Before I get into the guide, we need to go over the flow of the fight and what the Scarecrow's attacks are. The main gimmick in the fight is that the more damage done to the Scarecrow, the faster his attacks become. Because of that, it's important to know his pattern. Unlike most bosses, the Scarecrow follows a pattern. The pattern has 3 phases and only resets once those phases are over, or enough damage is dealt to get him to his next phase, where he will perform the pattern, but faster. The pattern begins when the Scarecrow does an upwards toe swing. Next, he will throw seeds in the air that cause mushrooms to grow. He will then do one of 3 attacks. He will dig underground with a shovel, stab you from the ceiling, spawning jerk shrooms, and pour water from a watering can on you. After he has done one of those 3 attacks, he will jump up in the air and toss his sickles in a loop. Depending on how much damage he's taken, he will either do this attack 1, 2, or 3 times. One last thing to note is that on higher difficulties, he will get faster at 52, 31, and 4% of his HP. These numbers double in higher difficulties. But with that out of the way, here's how to avoid the Scarecrow's attacks. First off, the Scythe Swing. This move can be very easily avoided by during his first phase, simply rolling behind him when he performs the attack. But when his health is lower, this becomes a much riskier option. A much safer method to avoiding the attack is jumping on the mushrooms on both ends of the arena. If you continuously jump on the mushrooms, you can effectively just time out the phase. If you have a shield, parrying the attack is also an option, but be careful as the next swing will come soon after. On higher difficulties, once his health is especially low, he will swing twice in the same direction. This makes it safe to roll behind the move again. Next are the seed planting moves, starting off with the shovel attack. 2 things happen in this attack. First, he will uproot 3 mushrooms he placed down and launch them at you. Next, he will appear from the ground and swipe with his shovel towards you. For when he uproots the mushrooms, I find it safest to walk along the bottom of the arena away from the mushrooms. When you see a mushroom coming towards you, roll away. Next is the shovel swipe. This is, in my opinion, the easiest attack to avoid. He's always the perfect distance away from you to roll behind him and do some damage. Next is the acid rain attack, where the Scarecrow will rain down acid that will do continuous damage to the player. It can simply be avoided by rolling through the stream, but keep in mind that the timing is fairly strict, so be careful. And don't try to go above him, just trust me, it's a bad idea, I know from experience. The pitchfork jab is the next attack, where the Scarecrow will hover over the player and stab down when you're below him. If he misses, he will spawn a jerk shroom. Usually, this attack spawns 2 to 6 jerk shrooms. This attack can be avoided very easily by rolling away when he stabs you. The real problem are the jerk shrooms. If you have a quick, decent damage weapon like the electric whip or quick bow, these guys should not be a problem. If you have a slower weapon like the Flawless or Nutcracker, wait until the Scarecrow uses his Flying Sickles attack, then deal with them. Last but not least is his Flying Sickles attack. The best way to avoid it is by getting near the Scarecrow, jumping to avoid his slam, and then rolling away or towards him. You should also know when to attack the Scarecrow. He only has a few openings, so you have to make the most of them. You can attack him when he does a shovel swipe by rolling behind him, and when you're jumping to avoid the sickles attack. Now, before I end the video, here are some miscellaneous tips and tricks for the boss fight. Any turret or trap can be placed down before the fight begins by putting them down through the roof. I don't recommend going to the Scarecrow if you're ever running a slow survival build. The Scarecrow is known for his movement. Auto-aim weapons such as the magic missiles or kunai are great for this fight. Watch out for him skipping the pattern if you do too much damage, and wolf traps are great for this boss. Now, here's a perfect run to show you what I do when I'm fighting the Scarecrow boss. Overall, the Scarecrow is a frantic boss with high damage. It's important to stay calm and not forget about the mushrooms. He's a hard but doable boss fight. Unless he starts schmoovin', then you're just screwed, man. Alright, we're at the end of the video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you don't have any more trouble with the Scarecrow boss. That's all the intel I can give about this boss. I don't know much about him. Still, he's just really complex. Anyways, yeah, thanks again for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.